Good morning, good morning. Mayad nga agahon. Magandang umaga. Hey HD, what's up HD? Hey Daniel from Jacksonville, Florida. Good morning, good morning. All right, make sure my sound is good. Make sure. All right. It's raining again here in our area. It's been raining off and on, really, since last month, and then the whole January so far. No low pressure, no typhoon or anything like that. But it's just I was reading the Pag-asa website, and it said there it's just seasonal weather. Like monsoon, the amihan, and something to do with the shear line. I don't quite understand what that shear thing means, but raining. I mean, almost every day it rains. We'll get a little bit of sunshine in between all the rain, but looks like it's going to be a wet ati-atihan again because today basically starts the Ati-Atihan Festival with a beauty pageant tonight at Pastrana Park. First, I wanted to say my prayers go out to people affected by the wildfires in California, in Los Angeles County. I lived in Los Angeles County for 10 years. So I'm very familiar with all the area that they are showing on YouTube. I'm watching it in the news and YouTube. And just so unfortunate, so sad to see, really. It's like, I can't believe the devastation in Los Angeles County. I hope, like Horace, I hope y'all are safe. I hope it's not affecting you guys, Horace. My friend from Duarte, California, Jonathan, I know he's always going online. So I hope it's not affecting the people that we know in Los Angeles County. Uh, Also, my prayers go out to like the firefighters, the police, the first responders. Those people are putting their lives on the line. I'm watching the news, and they're right there fighting the fire. So that's not an easy task. I've done similar support before when I was medical in the United States Air Force. So a lot of times, that's like a thankless job. It's like you just do your job, but you know, um, really want to show my support to them. Prayers also go out to them. All right, and then HD. It's always rain on the Burmans. Yeah, it is normally, and then HD actually the last few years for January here in the Philippines for Ati-Atihan. I can't remember where we didn't get rain for during Ati-Atihan time in Kalibo because I even watched some of our older videos that I did before in Kalibo and pictures on my Facebook looking back. And each time I had an umbrella, I had a rain jacket. Dazel and I we always attend Wednesday next week is kind of like the parade for all the colleges here in Kalibo. So we always participate. Dazzle and I always participate with that parade. We joined the STI College Kalibo uh, group, because it's just not for the current students, it's also for alumni. We like joining it because every time when we join the parade, we see people that we haven't seen in a while. It's like alumni, like we are class of 2016 at STI College Calibo. So we're going to see people there for sure because what at the end turns out is a lot of times it's a reunion. A lot of people that have left Calibo or have left Aklan province during Ati-Atihan, if they live in, let's say, Manila, Cebu, different parts of the Philippines or sometimes even abroad. Like our friend Joel and Eileen, they live in Arizona, and every year they come to Ati-Atihan in Calibo because they want to see family. They want to see old friends that they haven't seen in a while, and it really becomes a big reunion during Ati-Atihan. That's why it's so much fun, because you end up seeing people that you would never expect seeing. It's like even our classmates, our class of 2016, they're kind of secretive about whether they're going to be here for Ati-Atihan or not. So, when we attend that parade on Wednesday, a lot of times that's the first time we see them, in a year or sometimes longer. So it's really fun. It's really fun, when you see good friends. All right, Horace and Marie, you guys are finally on board on time to say, hey, thank you, Horace. And you and Marie are awesome. You're always supporting us. We get so much support from Horace and Marie. Dazzle's awake already, and Leanna's awake already. Today is Friday here, and Leanna doesn't have school because at their school right now, Numancia Integrated School, they are doing a what's called here in the Philippines like a provincial meet. It's like a sports fest, like for the entire province of Aklan. They come to our town of Numancia, and there's different sporting events that they compete, and they use Liana's school to like house the students from other towns in Aklan. They use the classrooms. They sleep in the classrooms even. So Liana, she doesn't have school, but they gave her plenty of modules to complete, and we've been doing her modules this past few days, and she's done. I think she's. I'll have to double check, but I know last night was the last part of her modules, and those modules, they're kind of like take home assignment. She has to do like English, math, all these modules, and when she goes back to school on Monday, she has to turn it in, and the teachers check the module, so that to make up for the missed class because the provincial meet uh, uh, this week. And Dazzle and Lina, I know they're packing. Because me, I already packed my. I'm early riser, so I always get up early because right after this live stream, Joel and Eileen, they're here already in Calibo. They've been wanting to take us to Vikings buffet in Iloilo City. Vikings is like you can Google it. You'll see what Vikings is. It's just Google Vikings Iloilo. It's a Vegas type hotel, Vegas type buffet. It's a really fancy buffet. They have prime rib, where they slice it, and big dessert menu, all kinds of international food, Japanese, Chinese, Italian, just a big buffet. And then Joel, I didn't even know this, but Joel messaged me this week. He said, you even have to reserve your spot for the buffet. Like he reserved our spot for tomorrow, Saturday. So I guess it's we haven't gone. So Dazzle and I, we have no clue. And then Dazzle, she didn't want to go online and check it out, watch videos because she wanted to be surprised. And I'm the same way. I wanted it to be surprised. And Leanna's coming along with us. Leanna's and Dazzle's older sister, Nene, she's here with the two nephews, Dodoy and Gub Gub are here. They're going to be watching our dogs while we're gone. That's why Dazzle and Leanna, I know they didn't hardly sleep last night because you know how it is. The older sister here, the nephews, so they're. I was sleeping. I was kind of like dozing off, but I would like wake up a little bit. I can hear them. They were playing board games downstairs here. They're playing board games. They're playing Jenga, So I know I know they didn't sleep last night, so they're pretty tired. They're probably gonna sleep on the car ride to Iloilo City because from our house here, it's gonna take me about 4 hours to drive to Iloilo City, especially today because it's so wet outside. It's raining, so I'm extra careful on the drive. So I'm gonna take my time. No need for us to rush to Iloilo City. So HD, the winds calm down a bit, so they're getting a break. The National Guard is also on the way to help. Good to hear. HD, yeah, yeah. I've been watching the news. I have it on the TV. They have a on YouTube. They have like live reporting from Los Angeles. So I've been watching because that's kind of like when I first came to the United States in 1978. That's where I landed. My first 10 years in the United States was in Los Angeles County, pretty much. So that's why, I have a family there. I have family. I have friends that live in Los Angeles County. Horace, thank you for your prayers, but us, we are safe for now. We had an evacuation notice, but luckily it was. Oh man, I'm glad, Horace. I'm glad. Just good to hear that you guys are safe. I know that evacuation notice, that must be like, when you get that, that must be frightening, and you're confused. Like I know that's got to be scary, getting that. Glad that it was canceled. Glad that you all are safe. Hey, Robbie, my good friend in Moal, Boal, Cebu. Hey, good morning, brother. Good morning, brother. HD, that's like the Captain's Cup in the Navy, which is to improve physical, mental, social all right, cool, HD. All right. I have made a little bit of notes here just in case there's no topics that comes up. Just update you guys on things that are going on here. Oh, I wanted to thank Doug Henderson. He had sent me we have buy me a coffee, and he sent me like that buy me a coffee. I just wanted to thank you, Doug. Appreciate you, my brother. And then the dollar to the peso, it's starting to climb back up again because it kind of fluctuates December, but now I'm seeing a trend going up again. The peso to dollar exchange right now is 58.48 pesos to $1. And I know for people that's been here to the Philippines, that's traveled here, I know when you hear 58.48, that's pretty high. That's on the high end. The highest I've seen is about around 59 pesos to the dollar. That's like the highest I've seen. I don't think it's ever crossed the 60, but I think it might do that this year, 2025. All the things I'm reading, it's gonna cross that, and that makes a lot of the expats here, even Filipinos. That's blessing to a lot of people because a lot of Filipinos here in the Philippines rely on remittance from overseas. A lot of their spouses work overseas, and they send dollars here. So that's extra money for people that are living in the Philippines. Oh, Ruben, I'm sure you've seen Ruben in our videos. Ruben got here a few nights ago, and he's getting settled in. Yesterday, I took him to the Calibo cable place. He got his internet installed, and then we got him a comfortable chair because his studio apartment just had like the plastic chairs and dining table. So now he's got a real comfortable chair that he can recline. He can do work on his laptop, things like that. Just helping him get settled because Ruben doesn't really know anybody here in Calibo. The only person he knows is Dazel and I, and now Joel. He knows Joel. The people that we introduced to him is who he knows here in Calibo. He's been here before. He was here a few months ago. He had stayed here for like 3 nights, so he had an idea of what Calibo looked like, and that's why he decided on moving here to Calibo because he traveled. He went to Davao City. He went to Dumaguete City, Iloilo City, Cebu City, Angeles. I mean, when he did his 3 months of recon, is what I call it. When he did his recon last year, he went to all those cities, and he decided on Calibo out of all visiting all those areas. and he told me a lot of it. Ruben, I kind of he did a smart thing, and I would probably recommend what Ruben did to viewers or subscribers out there that are thinking of moving to the Philippines. What Ruben did is like the areas where Ruben was going to visit, he connected with the vloggers in that area. He connected with at least one vlogger at each of the place. Like that's how he connected with me. He connected with me. He found my videos, and then we communicated. And that's what Ruben did. He met a vlogger in Angelo City. He met a vlogger in Davao City and Cebu City. Kind of guided him, when he got there, when he was doing his recon. And that's what I've been saying, on a lot of my videos. You've heard me say that it's a good idea if you can find a sponsor here in the Philippines, another expat that's been here, boots on the ground kind of person, because like you can get a lot of good information, and then when you arrive, you have somebody to pick you up at the airport, guide you through the process, because you don't want to go in an area where it's like you're blind and you don't know, it just helps. I think it helps. And that's what Ruben did. Yeah, he connected with a few vloggers at the different areas, but he decided, like, out of all of that, he decided on Calibo because he said it just fit him well. Calibo is not a city, but the town of Calibo is expanding, but it's not so big that it's hard to walk around, things like that. And Calibo so easy. We don't have Grab, we don't have taxis in Calibo. All we have is tricycles. But one thing nice about the tricycles, it's like 15 pesos per ride on the tricycles. So that's like a quarter every time you ride the tricycle. Like Ruben, from his apartment, he can ride a tricycle to the mall and it'll cost him 15 pesos. He might have to like rent the tricycle coming back to his apartment if he's got a lot of stuff, because the way the tricycles here work is they pick up passengers along the way, so if you're riding on the tricycle and the tricycle's riding and another person flags the tricycle down, they'll stop and pick up that passengers, because the tricycles in Calibo, you can fit 4 people on the back of the tricycle, 2 people on the front of the tricycle, and one behind the driver on the motorbike. So one tricycle in Calibo you have 7 people riding the tricycle. So that's why I told Ruben, if he's got groceries, he's got stuff from the mall, when he flags down a tricycle and rides it, more likely they're going to consider that like a private trip. And I told him, don't pay more than 50 pesos. That's a fair price to like a private one person to take you wherever you want to go in Calibo. Still under $1 to take you anywhere in Calibo. So it's easy to get around Calibo, and tricycle, they're like abundant. There's not a time of day. It could be midnight. It could be 5 in the morning. You'll find tricycles. I mean, there are just so many tricycles in Calibo. So he liked that it's easy to get around, and people are very friendly here in Calibo. That's why I kind of like ended up here. It's like I love the people here in Calibo and Aklan. Oh, there's one of the nephews, Dudoy. All right, Dudoy, you got to pee? All right, you can use the bathroom, man. Hurry up, buddy. There's one of the nephews. He is Dodoy. He is 6 years old. So he's going to be helping watch our doggies while we're gone. HD, what's the current average land price per hectare? I don't know about hectare, man. It's like I've heard like per square meter. My numbers. I've never really asked. That's like a lot of land for a hectare, man. But I actually met with somebody this past week. He's an architect. He's building a house in New Washington, Aklan, for a subscriber of ours. A subscriber contacted me, and this house is going to be pretty massive. out there by the near the ocean, with a view of the ocean. There's Gub Gub. There's the other nephew. I got two nephews now here. There's Gub Gub. Hey, Gub Gub. Oh, and he's climbing up the stairs. All right. So in New Washington, they have they're gonna build their house. It's gonna be a dream house because square footage on this is gonna be massive. And I'm gonna talk about it more about the house once I visit it, the construction site, film it. That's why I just wanted to meet with the architect so we can discuss where he's at on the build and all that. But it's gonna be I would consider this place probably like a mansion type house here in the Philippines. So it's going to be massive. So more to come on that house in New Washington, Aklan. But as far as your question, HD, like I know per square meter, the average homes. It just depends. When you say Aklan, it just depends. It's cheaper, like in our area here in Numancia, because we're more rural here, more rice fields kind of thing. It's like you can still get land here in our area. 1,000 pesos per square meter. You can get, uh, especially by the rice fields and all that. It's pretty cheap. Now in Calibo is another story. Like in the Calibo proper, like the Poblacion area, the Calibo part, like New Busuang, Old Busuang, man, I have seen lots there selling up to 25,000 pesos. So that's about $450 per square meter. So they're not cheap. The minute you go to like the more urban, the more urban area here in Aklan, they're not. Land is especially even in the rural area. If you're close to the beach, that's one thing I noticed. The closer the land is to the beach, the more expensive it gets. And if you want a beachfront property, you're gonna pay. It's not cheap, but different prices. It's really, you'll have to let me know, HD, like what area you're targeting. If you're targeting Calibo, or are you targeting Katiklan or Nabas? Because a lot of expats, I noticed that I have known, like that subscribers of ours have been building like nice homes in Nabas, Aklan, because the beachfront in Nabas, it's not crowded. It's like I did a couple of videos. We have a couple of videos on the Nabas beach there, and I've known two expats already that build a home there, and the sizes of the homes that they built, about, I would say, 100 to 150 square meter on the house itself, and their lot sits on like a 500 square meters, good sized lots, and it's all sand. It's all like beachfront property. I mean, just amazing properties, really. It's like and they're only spending like $150,000 to $200,000 on the lot and the build. Just to me, it's like you know, yeah, there's no way you can build a house or own land like that. In the United States, like $150,000 or $200,000 beachfront. You open your back gate and you're on the beach. It's like that's why a lot of expats coming here with their retirement money and building their dream houses in Aklan province. And I know when I filmed the house that's getting built in New Washington, Aklan, I know you guys will be amazed because this house is almost kind of being built on an island. They're pretty much like have a little island that they're going to own. It's going to be amazing. So something for me to right now, I'm trying to like work the details. That way, when I explain the house, you'll know how much the land costs, how much the building costs, and all that. That's why I met with the architect this past week. Hey, there's Ruben. There's Ruben. He got online. Good morning, Gino. Hey, Ruben. Uh, Hope you enjoyed your monk in asal last night. We had eaten dinner. We had eaten lunch yesterday at the roof deck in Calibo, the restaurant. And Ruben loved the pancit. I mean, Ruben said it's like the best pancit that he's eaten so far in the Philippines at the roof deck. And then on the way, before I took him home, before Leanna, Dazzle, I took him home, he got some mang inasal, the barbecue chicken, because that was going to be his dinner. Because Ruben hasn't been able to shop yet for groceries and his cooking stuff. So he's basically getting takeout for now. Oh, and Ruben, if let me know if you have gotten the numbers for delivery of food to your house. That way, if you want to order Jollibee or you want to order McDonald's, they have a delivery in Calibo that will deliver to your house. Horace, right. Vikings. What a treat for Dazzle and Leanna. Are you planning on staying overnight after the Vegas? Yes, Horace. We are staying tonight, which is Friday night, and then tomorrow night, Saturday. So we'll be there. We'll get there Friday, 2 nights, and then we're gonna come home on Sunday. And before we come home Sunday, our pit stop is always SNR. The Filipino Costco. Hey Ruben, don't forget you send me your list for SNR, brother. So I can get your SNR stuff. Make sure you send that list to me. Just text it to me, Ruben. And then Dazzle and Leanna, they we don't have a movie theater here in Aklan province. No movie theater. So for the most part, Dazzle and I, we might watch like one movie a year or two movies a year. Like last year, the only movie we saw was Dune Part Two, and when we were in Iloilo, that was the only movie we saw in a theater last year. So Dazzle and Leanna, they wanted to watch Mufasa, the Lion King, and they have it on IMAX, even IMAX 3D. So they're excited. So after the Vikings lunch tomorrow, I don't know if it's a good idea to catch a movie after the Vikings, because I might fall asleep on the movie after lunch. So we'll see but for sure we're gonna watch Mufasa on IMAX 3D at SM City Iloilo. Hey, babe. There's Dazzle. They're packing. They're packing because you know me. I get up early, so I'm already packed. The two of them, they're just packing right now. Oh, there's the other nephew. Who's this one? I can't tell. Gub Gub. It's Gub Gub. He's got a hold of my Doritos, babe. you gave my Doritos to Gub Gub. It's all good. He can have my Doritos. And there's Chloe. Babe. Let me show the diva. The diva's having fun, Horace, because the kids are here. So it's like the diva has playmates. Did she sleep in our room? Because I didn't even feel her last night,
Yes,
man.
she did.
She did. All right.
She
Because
was with us until like 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Downstairs.
Yeah, I knew you guys. I knew you guys stayed up late. And there's my gab gab with my Doritos. Gab gab with my Doritos. Oh, there's Tutoy, babe. There's Tutoy. Let Tutoy out. Let Tutoy out. Let Tutoy out. Tutoy's excited. Oh, Toy. He headed upstairs. Totoy didn't want to pee. I thought he's ready. Oh, she's coming back. It's the kids. It's the kids, because the kids are like, the two kids are hyper, so our dogs are hyper because they're excited to have a guest. And especially the kids. They love having the kids here.
Oh, slowly having small toy.
What's that, babe?
Slowly having small toy.
Oh, he found Chloe found a toy. It's not one of the kids' toy, is it?
It is.
Oh, it is. Hey, the kids know that they have to protect their toys, or Chloe will take it. So that's the plan, Horace. Here, Gub Gub, where are you at, buddy? There's Gub Gub eating my. There's Gub Gub eating my Doritos. And how old is Gub Gub now? 5, right? 5. Gub Gub is 5, and Dudu is 6. And these are just two of Dazzle's nephews. There's two more that got left behind in Katiglan because Nene probably can only handle 2. She can handle all 4 of them. because you know how boys are. The boys are kind of like rambunctious. They're like up and down our stairs, like pretty much the whole day. They're gonna be like that. But that's the plan, Horace. We're gonna eat Vikings tomorrow, and then sometime during the weekend we'll watch Mufasa, the Lion King, on IMAX 3D, and then we're just gonna spend time at the mall for sure. We have reservations at the Injap Hotel. The Injap Hotel is right across SM City, Iloilo. We've stayed there many times. There's Gab Gab. We've stayed there many. Oh, there's Leanna. Oh, yeah, there's Leanna. Hey, you guys got to get ready. You might get the text from Joel. There's Leanna. Are you packed already?
Yeah.
Okay, you're packed. All right, all right. It's kind of hectic here, guys. Hopefully, it doesn't mess up our live stream. But a lot of people in our tiny house today. You're gonna take a shower. All right, babe. All right. Yeah, we got time. I haven't gotten a text message from Joel.
Go upstairs. Go upstairs.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a message from her.
Let's go upstairs.
I haven't gotten it. And Leanna's their big boss, you know. The nephews listen to Leanna. She's like their big boss. Ruben, Cam, just got here. I slept too well now that I have my new chair. All right, Ruben. We got Ruben one of those pneumatic chairs. They kind of lean back. They like, you know, a comfortable chair. That City Mall Calibo yesterday, we bought him a nice chair. So he said it's comfortable now. So got good sleep. Good thing, Ruben. I'm glad you got, you know, Ruben's still adjusting to the time change again because he just got here New Year's Day. And it takes a while. You know, some people can switch that time change, but some people it takes them longer to adjust to the time changer. HD Cam, nice that you made it, Ruben. Gino's going to talk about the time with you. Yeah, I am. Thanks, HD. Thanks, HD. Cam, that's right. Create a network of contacts at location you plan to visit when on a reconnaissance of the Philippines. When I say contacts, I'm referring to YouTube vloggers you follow and befriended. Yeah, you know, that's what, you know, Ruben's, he actually gave me that idea. You know, the first, you know, I said, man, that's a great idea. You know, I didn't even think about that. That, you know, if you're thinking of doing your recon at a certain area, I'm sure there's a vlogger in that area because, like, there's so many vloggers now here in the Philippines. I mean, I can't even think of an area here in the Philippines where if you think of going to where there's not a vlogger there. There's the diva. Here, oh, there's the diva. There's the diva. HD is at 1 hectare, 1,000 meters, 10,000 square meters. Ooh, that's humongous, man. That's like I can't think like that. I can't think that big, HD. The lot that Dazel and I bought in Katilan, the land, was only 100 square meters. And that already cost around $8,000, $9,000. So, you know, 10,000 square meters, that's going to be, that's a lot of money. You know, that's going to be, I'm thinking probably in the $100,000, you know, with that, again, depend on the where it is. You know, if it's out there by the rice fields, you might get a good deal, a cheaper deal. But I don't think you can find a 10,000 square meter place in Calibo anymore because everything in Calibo now, when you buy the land in Calibo is small. Everybody in Calibo doesn't, everybody's building upwards. You know, it's like a tiny 100 square meter lot, and then they're building three floors on it. You know, that's kind of like the thing that I have noticed, you know, since land is starting to be owned, you know, it's harder to buy bigger parcels of land in Calibo. Have an abandoned property at Baybay Makato by the beach, still under family ownership. since paying for taxes for it. I'm looking at some land for farming, not rice, but for sustainability. All right. Hey, Makato is a nice area. I mean, it's like, and if it's by the beach, like I said, anything by the beach, it's gonna be worth a lot of money. It doesn't matter what beach it is here in Numancia, Makato. It doesn't matter. Uh, Especially expats. Expats just love buying beach close to the beach, beachfront property. That would be your main person that would be interested in buying that. And then if since you're looking for farming land, you can just contact me. You got my email now, or my WhatsApp, man. Just contact me privately. We can I can work with you and give you ideas on where you would want to go as far as buying land here in the Philippines. Horace, Gino, is there any truth to the rumor that some Filipinos resent foreigners who build large homes because it prices them out? Um, I don't really think that. I haven't seen it. It's like most maybe just in our province. Most Filipinos here. If they see an expat building a large house, they're just going, wow. They're just like amazed that
They're used to it.
huh?
They're used to
They're
it.
used to it. Dazel just said they're used to it. Like my friend now that's building the one in New Washington. I mean, they're building on a, I think the architect had mentioned to me 1,000 square meter lot, and they're building a home that's like 600 square meters. So this thing's gonna be massive. It's like this is gonna be a freaking mansion. But and they're Filipino. But they're in the U.S. But Phil Am like me, Phil American. So uh, I don't think there's gonna be any jealousies. People here in the Philippines, they just mind their own thing. If anything, they'll be admired. It's like I know the Filipinos, anytime they see a large home, they're just got amazed. They're like, that's like their dream. That's their dream to own something like that. But Filipino homes have a tendency to be small. Because even the size of the rooms, the size of the living rooms, everything in the Philippines, Filipinos prefer being smaller because it's cheaper, more affordable to build. Most Filipinos don't have that high budget. But there are plenty of people, plenty of Filipinos that got money. Don't get me wrong, Horace. It's like if expats build a mansion type house, there's Filipinos here that are building the same. There's a lot of money, even here in our province. There's a lot of money here. Sometimes I'm surprised at the size of the houses being built here. And here I am. We're living in a 40 square meter house, but it works for us. We're happy with our house. Less to worry, less maintenance. Hey, it takes bad. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian. What's up? What's up? There's more people in the house, Brian. There's our nephew, Gub Gub by the stairs, and then you'll see Dudui too. It's
All makulit.
they're all. Dazzle said they're all makulit. Makulit. What is a good word for makulit? I can't think of a English word for makulit. Uh, they're rambunctious. They're rambunctious. Like the stairs. They won't leave our stairs alone. They're like up and down our stairs. It's like, but we won't be here while they're here. So it's like Nene's going to be the one babysitting them with our dogs. Our dogs love it because Chloe and Totoy love to play with the boys. Maybe Nene will take them to the playground. Oh, there's Chloe and Liana. All right. Hey, Frederick. Hey, Frederick. What's up? What's up? Good morning, brother Gino and all. Hey, Frederick. Hopefully we can connect sometime this weekend, Frederick. But no pressure, brother. You know how we are. It's like if we can connect, we can connect. I think they planned the Leanne and Dazzle. They wanted to watch Mufasa, the Lion King. So if you're up to watching that movie, man, I know it's kind of like a kid movie, but I'll watch it because I kind of like the Lion King. And I don't get to watch a lot of movies, so I don't mind, especially if it's on IMAX 3D. So that should be fun watching that. HD. Horace, sounds like the situation in Hawaii. They passed a law to have land specifically for native indigenous Hawaiian. Oh, all right. I didn't think. Thanks, HD. I didn't know that, man. We were wondering when the diva when the diva would make an appearance. There's the diva. Hey, diva, here, come here, diva. I'll put you right here, diva. Oh, you're the baby. You're the baby. You need a haircut. Your mama's gonna have to cut your hair again.
Yeah.
Yeah, her Chloe's hair grows fast, but Dazzle is her groomer. So Dazzle's gonna be grooming Chloe. We're actually gonna look for a better clippers, like dog clippers, when we go to Iloilo City this time, because the one Dazzle uses, it's a rechargeable one, and we notice it's losing when she charges it. It doesn't cut hair as good. So we'll definitely have to look for a better dog clippers for Chloe. Hope you will film the Viking. I'll try. I'll try, Daniel, because you never know how strict they are here when filming the food. But I'll try. I won't carry my selfie stick, because usually when you carry your selfie stick is when I get the tap. I get the tap like, sir, you can't film here. But I'll try to sneak it. I'll try to film it using my iPhone. Just using the iPhone, because I've learned a few tricks, and I'll put the iPhone close to my chest, and I'm just walking around filming like that. Uh, but I'll try. I'll try to definitely film Viking. HD. Good to hear the government is protecting their people rather than chasing the mighty dollar. Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good. Horace. We know the diva loves all the extra attention, but how is Totoy handling it? Totoy just kind of hides out in Leanna's room, Horace. Like, she finds her corner and she just stays there. She'll play with the kids, but Chloe's just the more active with the kids. Totoy will just like, the kids won't bother Totoy, and Totoy doesn't bother the kids. But the kids will walk them later. They're gonna go outside when it's not raining, I'm sure. And it stopped raining. I think the sun is actually trying to come out. So I know the kids will walk them, our dogs, at the park, at the playground. I'm sure the kids will play at the playground and walk our dogs. Cam, Ruben, I'm about to walk to the second gate from the greenhouse to try to get a trike to take me to McDonald's to have some coffee and breakfast sandwich. Then Gaisano Mall to buy a few things to take back home. All right, Ruben. You know how to do it now, man. I've told you where to catch the tricycles and all that. Also, Ruben, over at when you come out to the main road from your subdivision, instead of making a left, like going to Grand Gaisano, if you make a right, that's where the 7-Eleven is, across the university, that Aklan State University. Across from that, there's a 7-Eleven and a few karinderya. So if you don't want to cook, man, there's karinderya there where you can get your favorite pinakbet, get your vegetable dish. They might even have pancit, man. They might have even pancit. So if you're like up for like just a quick meal, the carinderias are a good deal. But I'm sure you'll stock up on groceries when you get to Grand Gaisano Mall. You and Dazzle drive safe to Iloilo. Enjoy your stay. Say hi to Joel for me. All right, brother. We'll see you on Sunday when we get back. And send me your list of SNR. So we'll get your SNR stuff while we're in Iloilo City. Frederick, I'm up for anything, man. Always. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, Frederick, we try not to plan. When we go on these trips. Like, for sure, we have the reservations to eat tomorrow at the Vikings. But besides that, the only plan was watching a movie, and then Leanna and Dazzle, they want to go swimming, because there's a swimming pool in Jap Hotel on the sixth floor, kind of like an indoor pool. So I know Leanna, Leanna is like a fish. She loves swimming, so she's gonna be swimming a lot in that pool. Oh, there's the other nephew, Dudui. Just be careful, guys, when you go up and down the stairs. Requirement for the Hawaiian law is you have at least 50% Hawaiian ancestry. Beneficiary received 99-year homestead lease at $1 per year. All right, man. That's a good deal. I know they're doing HD. I know they're doing a lot of that lease things. Like I know inside Clark in Angeles City, the old Air Force base, and then the old Subic base, the Subic Naval Base, the old U.S. Navy base in Olongapo City. I know they're doing a lot of that lease programs there. Like you can lease the land for like 50 years or like 100 years. So I know they're doing similar things like that. In our province, somebody had asked me about that, about leasing like a car. I haven't really seen like leasing a vehicle here in our province. The only thing I can think of maybe in Manila or Cebu City, since a bigger city, but nothing like that. Nothing. And I haven't seen any leasing of land, here. I'm sure you can construct a contract with a person using an attorney. I mean, you can pretty much make an agreement with anybody here in the Philippines regarding land. But I haven't seen much about leasing. Your recommendation to make a right at the main road to Settlement where there will be a few local eaters to check out. We'll have to do that. Thank you, brother. All right, brother. Yeah. I think you're gonna like the area because the area across the university, Ruben. Of course, it's where the students eat. So they have to make the food there reasonably priced. Because for the students to afford. So usually you get a student meal there for like 60 pesos, $1 for a student meal. You know how students are, they're on a budget. Get spyglasses, Gino. Get spyglasses. We're going to be looking at a lot of stuff when we're in Iloilo City this time around because Ruben wanted to get like one of those e-bikes, the one that he can pedal and it has like electricity, like a lithium battery where he can juice it if he gets tired of pedaling. He wanted me to look because I haven't seen many of those here in Aklan or here in Calibo. So I'm thinking Iloilo probably will have those electric bicycles. I'll have to look at that. And there's some other things, we're gonna look. We always are surprised every time we go to SM City Iloilo on the things that they have there. It's that's why we like going there. We like walking around the mall because we always see some new things when we go there. Edgar, I was wondering, do they have furniture stores that you can buy recliner chairs? Nice and comfortable. All right, Edgar. Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen them here. I think yesterday when Ruben and we were at the furniture store at City Mall Calibo. They had like a. I mean, they're not like similar. They're not like the more expensive leather, really big reclining chairs in the U.S. But they do have chairs that recline. Smaller because everything here in the Philippines is like smaller as far as furniture. Because if you put one of those big reclining chairs in the U.S. like at our house is like 400 square feet. That takes up a lot of area in our house. That's why a lot of recliner. We even saw like a rocking chair there that reclines. Everything is like smaller. It's smaller because Filipinos are smaller. Most Filipinos anyway are smaller. That's why the furniture that you get here have a tendency of being smaller. But they have furniture, and then if you're close to SNR, SNR, Landers, those are being built all over the Philippines now. They have the same furniture that you would have at Costco. It's like the American standard furniture. So if you live close to an SNR, like in Iloilo City, Cebu, Bacolod City, you can get furniture, the exact same furniture you have at Costco. There's really not a lot of things anymore that you can't get here in the Philippines, they have in the United States. You can take them upstairs, Leanna, because they're get yeah upstairs because they're getting loud. They're getting loud. I look for houses to rent in Iloilo. Not a lot of options, and condos are way more expensive than Cebu City. All right. Actually, when the last time we went, that was the reason we went to Iloilo City. Our friend Tony was doing the same thing. He was looking for houses, and he was looking for condos in Iloilo City. I don't know the prices. Like you're saying that are way more expensive than Cebu City. I can't answer to that because I haven't done the comparison, but I saw the prices in Iloilo City. I can see though why people would choose Iloilo City than Cebu City because to me, Cebu City is almost like Manila. It's getting so crowded in Cebu City. The traffic in Cebu City. Uh, for me, I wouldn't retire there just because I would never recommend retiring in Cebu City just because of the congestion. In retirement, like for me anyway, just for me now, don't get offended, Cebu City. You know, for me, it's like retirement for me. I want to be in a peaceful area. I want to, when I wake up, I want to be able to walk my neighborhood. I don't want to have to be hearing a lot of noise. I don't want to be stuck in traffic for 30 minutes to an hour to go anywhere. I have difficulty finding parking. To me, that's stressful in retirement, but I know some people, that, they want to do that. I know some people don't drive here. So maybe Cebu City works for them because they don't have to drive. You can take Uber, you can take taxis all the time. Can get expensive though, can get expensive. I had just found that Iloilo City, if I had to choose a city where I would retire here in the Philippines, I would pick Iloilo City just because it's got that nice balance of city living and province living. It's not super crowded yet. You know, the trips that I've made to Cebu City, I've just found it to be crowded. I just found it to be another Manila. And I lived in Manila. I was born and raised in Manila. So I just don't want that anymore in retirement. As I've gotten older, I like the peace and quiet more. Horace, I don't know if Leanna wants to see Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, so I know Sonic. I know Sonic. I used to play that video game, Horace, because we heard that Mufasa didn't measure up. Oh, okay, it didn't measure up. Yeah. They don't have Sonic right now because I was looking at what's showing at the theaters at SM City Iloilo. They're having the Metro Manila Film Fest. So majority of the movies showing right now are in Tagalog. And I don't really watch Tagalog movies because I don't know the stars and I don't know the the stories a lot of times. So I've never watched a Filipino movie here in the theater. I always look forward to watching an American movie. And the only American movie I saw was Mufasa. That's why I said I wouldn't mind watching that. HD, the House of Representatives recently approved the Lease Act that allows foreigners to lease land for 99 years, increase from that's oh nice. That's why I noticed that. I noticed that HD. I've been seeing a lot more traffic regarding on Facebook anyway. People talking about leasing land here in the Philippines. And I understand, it's like I understand, Americans they have they have that thing about owning land. I know I hear that all the time on comments, like, you know, I don't like the Philippines because I can't own land. You know, I know how, Americans get with owning their own property and owning their own house. So I understand that need to own. But for me, it's like when I'm asked by an expat or subscriber, I always just tell them to rent. Because there's so much paperwork, so much hassle for you to like end up having land here and building a home here. And then a lot of times you hear like not good stories of expats owning land here, and something happening, like something happens with the relationship, their partner decides to leave them, or their partner that's owning the land title sells the land without them knowing. Just so many things that can go wrong. That's why I always tell, especially the ones that are retiring here more often, they're in their 60s already. I just tell them just to always rent. That way you just rent, you pay your, and rent is low anyway. Even if you want to live at a nice, even up in BGC, if you want to live in BGC and live in that BGC bubble, kind of like a mini America, you can still rent places there for like $1,000. So why get into that buying land and building a house thing? Because from what I've seen here, almost every expat that I've met here that decided to build a house here gets stressed about it. Because how Americans has that higher standards of doing things. And when they come here and they build a home here, they expect that American standard of house building, using the Filipinos here, or Filipinos, the material here. And a lot of times it doesn't, not in par with like the American standard. So they get stressed. They get stressed. So to me, it's like I just don't understand it. I don't understand why there's that need to build a house here, where you're almost for me, you're almost I'm almost expecting you to be disappointed, because they will not meet American standards of building. You're gonna find faults at what they're gonna do, and why stress over that? Just rent. And I like Ruben. Ruben's like renting an apartment, 8,000 pesos a month. Like, that's $140, and he's done. Furnished apartment. He doesn't have to worry about permits and labor costs, or a contractor building him something. It's like make your life easier here in the Philippines is what I say. HD. Oh, nice, nice HD. Good link there, man. I'll check out that link that you sent, HD. Love seeing your videos on Iloilo and SNR. All right, all right, Daniel. I'll try to do another SNR. I'll do a Vikings and I'll do an SNR video. And I can do an SNR video every time, because I always try to film something different, because I can remember what I've filmed at SNR already, so I can keep showing new things that's available at SNR. Iloilo is way better than Cebu City. There is better urban planning, hospitals, schools, walking city, and way easier to drive. So owning a car is way better overall. Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's what I'm saying. If I was gonna live anywhere, it's like I would. There's no way I would pick Cebu City over Iloilo City. It's like I'm like sold on Iloilo City. I always push Iloilo City for people. It's the best city here in the Philippines. And I think Americans get into that mindset too. I noticed, recently, it's like, you know, how the Americans want to pay the Filipino price, like let's say $200 or $300 for an apartment, but are expecting amenities that are like 15,000, $1,500 in the U.S. Like if you get this apartment in the U.S., it will cost you like 1,500 to 2,000. And if you get the same apartment here, it's $300. So the big difference in price. But a lot of them, they start complaining about, oh, how come my apartment doesn't have this? How come, uh, I don't get that because like for most people, like if you're coming to the Philippines, it's cheaper here, and there's a reason that it's cheaper. Like uh, that's why I say it's like they're getting an apartment here for $200 or $300, but are expecting amenities for a $2,000 apartment in the U.S. So you got to like lower your expectation a little bit when you come here to the Philippines. Horace. Marie said to look into a cabin in the woods for peace and quiet, but not in a not in a creepy way. Cabin in the woods. Dazzle watches those horror movies. Horace. She's the one that watches those horror movies. She knows all about the cabin in the woods thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's places like that here. Not a creepy place, but like a place like out in the woods. Like I know when we go to Tangalan Beach, a lot of expats live there at Tangalan, and their houses are kind of like that. Like they have separation. You don't have a neighbor right beside you. A lot of the houses in Tangalan, there's space. They're spaced nicely. If you want that peace and quiet. HD. All right, all right. Thanks, HD. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate. I know you're watching out for us. Appreciate that, brother. FK, such a good point about renting. That's why we love you. I don't want anything, no ownership, just this backpack and frisbee. Oh wait, all right, you got a new frisbee. All right, Frederick. All right, Frederick. See, Frederick, Frederick gets it. Frederick, he's in Iloilo City now. He's been there 7 months, and he's loving life in Iloilo City because he's just renting. He doesn't have to worry about ownership. Doesn't have. See here, you got to worry about the property tax, the insurance. It's just a lot easier when you rent here because when you build a house or you buy a house, you might not like the area the area where you live or your house. You might have a neighbor that moves in that you don't like, so you can't just pick up and move. It's not easy to sell a house here in the Philippines. So it's just easier if you're renting. If you decide like after a year, oh, I'm tired of Iloilo City. I want to go live somewhere else. You could do that. But the minute you build a house, you're attached to that house. You can't just like, it's not like in the US where you can put up your house and in 3 months your house is sold. Houses here in the Philippines, when you try to sell a house here, it takes years to sell a house here. It doesn't take months here. Whereas when we saw how the Filipinos built Marie's parents' house, I was disappointed with the work. But she said, "Don't worry, it's the Hey, that's all right." They say Marie gets it, man. Marie. That's why I say, Horace. Like I always tell expats that when they come contact me and they're talking about building a house, building a fence, on their property, on their partner's property, Filipina partner's fund. I always try to discourage them from building here because you will get disappointed because like you're thinking that first world American mentality where quality is important. It's like there's people that would in the US when you're building something during the build, there's a person that comes in and inspects it, make sure it's for fire safety, for the house inspection. There's a house inspection. There is no such thing in the Philippines. When they build a house here, there is no agency in the Philippines that will inspect the house. That's why here you can pretty much build anything you want. You can hire some guy off the street that you don't even know if they're a masonry or if they're electrical. You can hire anybody and they can fix the electrical in your house or build your house. Usually that's how people get hired here. If somebody's uncle or somebody's cousin gets hired to do the work, and there's no agency that will inspect the house or inspect the work. So it's not not like the US. That's why I tell people all the time, if you're thinking of building a house here in the Philippines, be ready. Be ready for headaches. I have not yet met an expat that's been happy with a house built here in the Philippines.
Gab been eating the grapes.
I should Gub Gub's eating the grapes.
Yeah.
I know he's hitting our fridge.
He's got 3 grapes in
I,
his
I
hand
know I
now.
know this kid is like eating our fridge. That's why he loves coming here. He's like he's hitting our fridge. That does Dazzle have a sister like her that likes fishing and horror flicks? Hee hee. All right. Leanna's the only sister that's not married. Nene is married, man, and she got kids. All right. We're probably, oh, there's your text up. My annual windstorm insurance is more than Ruben's annual lease. I gotta get out of here, man. I know, brother. I know, brother. I know. I've talked to you, Brian. It's like that's the thing. It's like that's why I tell people when that's why I like helping people understand. Oh, Daniel with the sad face. Oh, my bad, Daniel. That's why I tell people when you come to the Philippines, do your recon. Once you select your place, don't be in a hurry to build anything here. It's like make sure you understand the way things work here in the Philippines before you start building or buying a house. At least rent for a year. At least building a house here in the Philippines is not the same as building a house in the United States. And I don't know why Americans don't understand that. It's like I don't know why they expect that if they have the money and build the house, they can build the house the exact standards in the United States. Because like I said, in the United States, you got people inspecting the electrical on the house. You got people inspecting the foundation on the house. There's no such thing like that here. You basically are putting your trust on your builder or architect. That person's going to be your inspector, your everything. So if you find one that's kind of shady and try to save money on the cost so they can pocket more money, you're not going to be happy with your house built here. You like that grapes, that green grapes. He's the one eating your green grapes.
Liana will freak out when she sees like there's no grapes.
Liana's gonna be mad at you when she sees you ate all the grapes, Gab Gab.
That's your treasure.
That's you're eating Liana's treasure, Gab Gab. Way to go, buddy. I like you, man. Way to go. Give your tita Liana a hard time. That's good. That's good. All right. Let me see here. What other topics? Since I'm done with all the messages here, I always kind of prepare a little bit. That way, when there's no questions or anything that I have to answer, I have things here. Oh, John from Oregon. We met John from Oregon and his partner Amelia yesterday. That's why they joined us for lunch. It was a nice time at lunch because Joel was there, Ruben was there, and then John and Amelia. And John's a Dodger fan like Dazzle and I. And he brought us like the World Championship t-shirts. So the
Champs,
World
2024.
2024 World Champ t-shirt. Hey, thanks again, John. Appreciate it, man.
It fits me well.
I know. I saw you. Dazzle already tried the shirt, and we're gonna treasure that shirt, man. It's like thank you so much. And then Leanna loves the perfume. When it's Leanna, when it comes to perfume, lipstick, that kind of stuff, she loves that. She loves that, those kind of things. Anything girly, Leanna loves it. Ribbons, anything girly. She was like curling her hair the other night. I was like, walk downstairs here, and she's sitting on the couch, and she got curlers on her hair. I'm like, what happened? She had gotten curlers. She's getting into that teenager age. She's turning 12.
Finding her identity.
She's finding her identity. She's finding her identity.
That's the game song. Go. Games getting
HD says, if you know what you're doing, you can inspect and supervise the house build. That's the way to get most of what you want. I agree. I agree. If you know the build, HD. But believe me, I've seen people like that where expat that come here, they're living here, they're building a house where they can go there every day, and it still stresses them out because they will tell the guys that do the construction, "I want it this way. I want it this way." Next thing you know, they don't do it that way. So it's like I've just never met an expat here that built a house here that's been happy, you know. And I think the more if you talk to anybody that's built a house here in the Philippines, and if they're honest with you, they're gonna tell you the same way. They're gonna tell you that it was a headache and a nightmare to build the house here in the Philippines. And then would you really want to spend that kind of time bird dogging people like every day being the site? You'll be acting like a foreman if you're building a house and you're there every day checking on everybody, you know. You'll probably end up catching them doing something that you didn't tell them to do, and you're gonna get mad. You know. And again, why would you want to do that in your retirement, man? Retirement is supposed to be relaxation and no stress. You know.
Let the Filipina handle it.
Yeah, let your Filipina handle it. You know, that's what Dazel just said. Uh, the build, you know, it's like if you know yourself that if you're gonna build a house here and you're gonna be upset with so many things that they do, don't build a house. But if you can hand the reins to your Filipina and let her worry about it, hey, that might be the solution. That may be the solution if you really want to build a house here.
And plus, if you have like a good architect, just like we met.
Yeah. And then finding the architect. That's going to be like the architect that we met, that I met the other day. I was impressed with his work. The quality of the he has some finished houses already that he's done. He showed pictures of it. So I was impressed with him. I was impressed with him. Hello, have your family ever been to the water park at Iloilo? No, we haven't been we just haven't been able to time it, Danny, because every time we go into Iloilo, it's like raining. Like right now, it's like December and January seems to be raining all the time here in our province, and same thing with Iloilo. And then summertime, there's just so many places. Like summer really is like March, April, May, maybe part of June. So we're only really have those few months in summer where to enjoy like a water park like that. I've been to the water park in Angeles City, the one inside Clark. Really nice water park. Not cheap, not cheap to go there. You know, if you go do the water park in Angeles City. I don't know about the water park in Iloilo how much it is, but water parks have a tendency of being pricey for us anyway that live here. Usually like in the 1,000 peso range, $18 per person. And for us, that's kind of pricey. Once you live here in the Philippines, $18 is pricey because you can go to the beach for free. You can go to Boracay White Beach for free. So it's kind of hard to spend 1,000 pesos, 18 bucks on one person. And then if you're going there with a family of four, you know, you're spending that money on entrance alone, and then you got to eat still, and you got, you know. But I know that they do. I know that they have a water park in Iloilo. Daniel, I may get a condo if price decrease a lot, but mostly plan to rent and rent more. Yeah, just rent, brother. Just rent. I'm watching a lot of things right now on YouTube regarding the condo situation here in the Philippines, how they have a big surplus in Manila of condos and stuff. So I would just rent. Maybe the best time to rent right now a condo because of the surplus of condos here in the Philippines, in Manila anyway. But I know they don't have a surplus in Iloilo City as far as condos. You know, it's like condos get snatched up in Iloilo City fast because a lot of people buy the condos and use them as an Airbnb and make money doing that because you could. I know the condos in Iloilo City, tiny condos, tiny one bedroom condos, they're able to get $40 a night using it as an Airbnb, and it's like the turnover. You always have a person using your condo as Airbnb. I know many people making money doing that with Airbnb and with their condos in Iloilo, because Iloilo is just a nice place to visit. Like us, we're excited every time we go to Iloilo City because it's just a cool place. The malls are nice. It's not crowded. It's like even that if you travel around Iloilo City on the taxis, the taxis are super nice. The drivers aren't crooked. They're honest. It's like every time I ride a taxi in Manila, I'm nervous because I don't know where they're gonna take me. It's like I never have that issue in Iloilo City. Iloilo City got the friendliest people. The Ilonggos are like the nicest people you'll meet. You know,
Frederick is one of them.
Frederick is one of them. Frederick, you're now an Ilonggo.
Ilonggo.
You're now an Ilonggo, Frederick. You're a local now, brother. Ray Danny, the biggest stress a couple go through is building a house from ground up. Many people have divorced for less. Yeah, yeah. I just think I know Danny. Like I said, man, we're getting up when we're getting up in the age of like retirement. Man, it's all about just relaxing, having fun. Man, building a home is stressful here in the Philippines. I would not recommend it. When you finish Dazel's house build and have no issues, it might be good to give him the business by sharing his contact info. Expats like to reward honest work. It's a win-win. Yeah, yeah. And even Dazzle's, when we built the house that Dazzle's planning, it's going to be a tiny house. The same size of our house, like 400 square feet, one story, because I don't want any more stairs. So it's not like it's going to be a big project. I'm estimating maybe $30,000 on the complete build. So it's not going to be like one of those outrageous houses that people build here, like in the $200,000 range, or Ray, any chance you're going to make a video on the studio apartment you found for your friend? I actually did already, Ray. Danny. How can I think I got you on my WhatsApp or Messenger. I'll just send you the link. I already did a video on his studio apartment. Horace, there you go. True, Gino. I had an expat friend who tried to show the Filipinos how to build his house, and they said okay, but built it their way. Right, Horace. That's the thing. You can tell the Filipinos here how to build the how you want. You can draw it. You can have plans. You can show it to them. But the minute they start doing the work, it's not gonna come out the way you want it, and that's just stressful. I know Americans get stressed with that because they can't believe how they got people. You got instructions. You're there. You're like, I want you to do this, and it doesn't come out the way they want. If you're building a house here in the Philippines, you pretty much are trusting the Filipinos that will build it. And more likely, they're going to build it the way they're going to build it, the way they're used to building things. Jay, if you hand the build over to your Filipina, she might walk off with the car. That's funny. That's funny. The carpenter. That's funny. HD shares this. Mike, yeah, Mike from that Philippines life, who owns a Canadian, shares the stresses with owning a business. He is currently looking for land to farm for his business. All right, yeah, yeah. Building a house here, owning a business here in the Philippines, it will stress you. We had our little bit of experience with the restaurant bar that we had in Malay, and I would not recommend that to anyone. Owning a business, two things: building a house, owning a business here in the Philippines. If you want to get stressed, do it. But if you don't want stress in your life, avoid those two things at all costs, because it will stress you. Gum Gum. Gum Gum's like funny.
Look at him.
What's he doing?
He's showing off.
Oh, he's showing
Look.
up. Well, you know.
Tita? Who's your tita?
Who's your tita, Gab Gab?
Oh, I just wanted to say, I always run into people at the Atiatihan because next week I'll be at Atiatihan, and when I go to Atiatihan, I'm usually by the Pastrana Park area, and I know there's people that watches us, that come from, they're not from here in Aklan, they visit and they want to meet us, and just don't be afraid to say hello to me. I'll wear I have a Dazel TV shirt it's black and it says Dazel TV on the back. So if you see me and you wanted to meet me, just tap me, man, and just tell me, hey, I'm from Canada, I'm from US. And I would be happy to stop whatever I'm doing. I'll stop. We'll chit chat. It's like if you want me to include you in the video, I can include you in the video. I like meeting our subscribers. It's like I want to make our channel fun for you as much as it is fun for me. So if you see me at the end next week, make sure you say hello to me. Yes, Danny, that's it. That's our Ruben studio apartment, the greenhouse that had the apartment on the first floor. That is his apartment now, and he's making it into his because when you move in, even though it's furnished, you kind of want to make it your own. Like Ruben got the chair yesterday, and he plans on getting like a place to hang his clothes. So he's personalizing it. They had removed that one bed. There was two beds in that studio apartment. So now he's just got the double bed. So he's got more room to put stuff in there. Brian. Oh yeah, Brian. John Sparrow will be at the Atihan for sure, and I will film him. I'm sure I'll run into him at Pastrana Park or somewhere. Uh, Usually, he sets up a booth because John Sparrow is quite an entrepreneur. Like I remember last at the Atihan, he set up a booth and he was selling like barbecue. Barbecue pork, barbecue chicken. So he's really he's an entrepreneur. So he's really into selling stuff. And then uh, John Sparrow sticks out because he always wears his full pirate outfit: the hat, the beard, the long coat, the boots. He is at the end. He is John Sparrow is what at the end is all about. It's about having fun and just enjoying yourself during the festival. So I'm sure I'll get a chance to film John Sparrow during at the end. Cam, my stress-free life in Calibo Clan. The only way to live life. All right, Ruben. I like hearing that, brother.
Yes.
Hopefully, it remains stress-free living in Eklan province for you, brother. Horace. Marie said, only if the carpenter makes more than me. that's funny. That's funny.
That's
That's
funny.
funny.
Yes.
Brian says, say hi for me. Yes, yes, Brian. We'll make sure we'll tell Sparrow that you said hello.
Hindi sinipon.
All right. I'm glad, Brian. Brian said he's contacted John Sparrow and talked about fishing. I'm glad, brother. I mean, you and him, I already know you and him will have a blast fishing.
I'll go with them.
Yeah, and Dazzle will go
I'll
with
go
you.
with you guys. Let's catch some yellowfin tuna.
Or snapper. Yeah, yellowfin tuna. Get some yellowfin tuna. Ray, can you do a check in process video when you get to hotel? All right. I've done a couple of videos with InJap Hotel, but I'll do that. It's real easy. Like right now, we booked it through Agoda, and I think it was 1,700 pesos before hotel tax or whatever. I think it's gonna come out to about 2,000 pesos per night. So it's going to be about $36. Really nice hotel. I mean, we always stay at the Injap. I mean, we stayed there like half a dozen times because we like it because they have a overpass bridge from the hotel. You just kind of walk to the overpass bridge, and when you come out the other end, you're at SM City Iloilo. You're at the big mall, the biggest mall in Iloilo City, and man, you can spend a few days in that mall. It's so big before you see everything in that mall. But I'll do a check in. I'll show the hotel again. You know how a current situation of the hotel. Brian, let's go, Dazzle. Join the Big Fish Club. And she got and Brian, she got her and Leanna got the rod and reel now. We haven't used it because we don't know how to use it. So we need you, Brian. We need you. We didn't want to. We didn't want to like get Sparrow right now with the rod and reel because we know he's busy. Ati-atihan is a busy time for Sparrow because he always has a business. Like I said, he's an entrepreneur, so he's always selling stuff. Like he might have oysters this time at Ati-atihan, barbecue. He might have that. I know. He'll have Red Horse. I know, and beer. He'll be selling that at Ati-atihan. He's quite an entrepreneur.
Dito na ikaw, kayo naduduloy.
Love grouper. You know what grouper is, right, baby? Lapu-lapu, lapu-lapu. Daniel, Dazzle, that's one of Dazzle's favorite fish to eat is the grouper. It's called lapu-lapu here in the Philippines. Hope to catch lots. If you come here to Calibo, Daniel, you, Brian, and I'll introduce you guys to Sparrow because John Sparrow is quite the fisherman here. He knows all the spots. He knows where all the fishing holes are here in Calibo. What documents do they want when you check in? What documents? I usually just show whatever ID because when I book my reservation, I book it using agoda.com because I get like cash back on that website. And I've used Agoda now at least 5-6 years. I've never had any issues with agoda.com. And what I do is like Agoda sends me like a PDF file of check-in, and I have that, and I just show the PDF file on my phone, and then an ID, any ID, any ID that you have, and they'll check you in. Easy process to check in here. But I'll film it that way you'll see it. That way you see it. It's called Peso Documents. I get it. I had to look. Jay, regarding that's what it is, brother. It's like here in the Philippines, the mighty peso. That's pretty much all you need to get a room here. There's not a lot of it's not like in the U.S. they make things complicated. It's like if I didn't have a reservation, I can just walk into any hotel, ask them if they have a room, and I can just pay. The only reason I made a reservation because it's the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you're gonna go to Iloilo City, harder to find a hotel during the weekend. Like let's say if we were going Monday to Thursday, I know there's plenty of hotel that's not gonna be booked. But the weekend is always like a lot of Filipinos go to Iloilo City from Capiz, from Aklan province, from Antique province. It's kind of like Filipinos love what they call a staycation. They love going to the hotels, the condos for Airbnb in Iloilo City for the weekend. Like us, we're going to stay at the hotel Friday night, Saturday night, and then we're just going to roam around Iloilo City, do all kinds of things. It's like just random things because we don't really like planning stuff, when we go to these places because it's just whatever comes to mind once we get there. Do any of those places ever accept dollar cash? Dollars. I'm sure some of the hotels, the bigger hotels, if you're staying at a nicer hotel like the Park Inn, like a Marriott hotel, I'm sure they will exchange their dollars. But the smaller hotels more likely will not take dollars. Um, Easily, you can go to the mall. They got money changers at the mall that will exchange your dollars, because here they have to worry about uh, they're real particular here in the Philippines about the US dollar. It's like if there's anything wrong with that US dollar, you're gonna have a hard time exchanging it. And when I say something wrong with it, if let's say there's a little torn on the edge, it's not quite whole dollar. There's a something got torn, or let's say the dollar got stapled and it's got staple holes on it, or the dollar has crinkle, and it has to be $100 bill, because you won't get a good exchange for like a dollar bill or $20 bill. They'll kill you on the exchange rate. They want crisp, brand new $100 bills. Yeah, that you'll get an exchange rate. Because right now I'm holding $100 bill right now, and I can't find anybody to exchange it because it's got a little cut at the edge of it. So I've had that $100 bill now for months and I can't use it. So maybe one day a friend of mine can take it to the U.S. and try to use it in the U.S. But I can't get an exchanger. I might have to deposit it in the bank here. That might be. I don't know if the bank would even take it. So I've just held on to that $100 bill because again, it had a small like cut at the end. I don't know how it got cut, but I mean all the serial numbers in there. You can tell it's a new $100 bill, but I can't get anybody to exchange it. Gavin P. Hey Gino, hope you guys are doing well. Really enjoyed your last couple of blogs in Cali. All right, Gavin P. All right, my friend from Australia, man. I'm glad you came online, man, because I haven't seen your name in a while, man. But I'm glad. Usually, I know you watch our videos on your lunch break, So I miss you. I miss you, man. I miss you on our live streams. I'm glad, and I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. All right, I'm gonna try to cut this live stream to like an hour and a half because it's 10:30 here, and we're getting ready to drive to Iloilo City. We're gonna spend the next 3 days in Iloilo City. So I'm just gonna finish up here with these questions, and then I'm gonna sign off. Let's see here. So some bloggers talk about the hotels wanting your passport when you check in. Um, I never carry my passport, man. It's like I have a U.S. passport. I've never used it to check into a hotel. So uh, it's not that complicated to check in a hotel. Maybe they're staying at a fancier hotel, maybe like a Shangri-La in Manila. It's like, but here in our province, like the gentleman said, like Jay said, they only need the peso document, man. As long as you pay for the room, it's your room. It's like maybe the province here, we're in Panay Island. It's more province. Maybe it's we're more relaxed when it those kind of things. The only thing I can think of is maybe like in Manila, BGC, like the big fancy hotels there. Maybe they're asking for a passport because you can charge a lot of stuff on your room in those big hotels. Like usually those big hotels will have liquor in the refrigerator or room service. Maybe that's why they're asking for your passport and credit card. Yeah, I would think, that way they know you can't run away. Or if you destroy the room because their room might be expensive, you're liable for the room. But here in the province, man, I've checked in with money. That's all they ask me. It's like if I go to if Dazel and I were driving in Iloilo or Antique or Capiz, I can pull in a hotel, ask them, do you have a room? And they say, we do. And if it's 1,000 or 1,200 pesos, I hand them the money and the room is mine. They'll give me the key. HD, give us an update if a bank will accept non-pristine condition US dollar. All right, HD, I might have to make a trip to see if they'll accept that little torn $100 bill. Babe, get my blue thing so I can show them that blue money thing.
I just put back my passport there.
Yeah, you just put your passbook. All right, all right. I will show you guys this $100 bill that I'm talking about, and I have not been able to get any of the money exchange to take it. So, like HD was saying, maybe I'll give a bank a try. I know I have to line up in the bank. That's the other thing. It's like I'll have to find a time when there's not a lot of people in the bank to to uh, to exchange this and I've been holding on to this $100 bill like for months now.
May nakalimutan kaya?
No.
And I don't even know. See right there, this is the $100 bill, and this is the new bill because I know with that's a new bill because it's got a torn part at the end at the edge here. See that torn part? So they won't exchange this because it has that torn part right there. So, I've had this now for months, at least 6 months. So I'm hoping maybe someday I'll get a friend of mine take this back to the U.S. But I'll try. I'll try to the bank and see if. But you can see the serial numbers on it. There's nothing wrong except that edge there, and then there's a little. Looks like, but it's still there, all the intact. There's a little hole there, but it's gone now because it's like you know but just because of that little thing right there at the edge, I cannot use this $100 bill here in the Philippines or get it exchanged. Get it exchanged. Or hey, Horace and Marie, thank you again. Thank you again for coming online. Appreciate you guys. Text back, great live. Y'all have fun. We will. I'll be careful. Careful driving. Camp. I'll offer $20 for your Ruben, man. Ruben trying to hustle us, babe. He's trying to exchange our $100 bill with a 20. All right, Ruben. All right, take care, everyone. We're gonna sign off, so we're gonna head to Iloilo City. Take care, everyone, and have a good weekend. Have a good weekend.
Tapos na!
Yeah.